Cool. I think we're live.
Sounds.
So, hi to no one, I guess. Welcome to the Weekend Weebery. I'm Zach. I'm Val. Oh yeah. I'm Zach. I've been watching anime for a long time, almost 15 years. Yeah.
Did we get an all?
Hey up, everyone, I'm Ben. I've been watching anime for who knows how long, maybe 12, 13 years, maybe longer. I don't know. Yeah. Hi.
I'm Joseph. I am relatively new to anime, only about 3-4 years properly watching it.
I'm Kit, and I'm a normie.
Yeah, you are a normie. Day Walker.
Yeah,
Only watched a few.
in it.
So kind of the point of this podcast is me, Ben and Joe talk about anime all the time. And we were playing video games the other day, and we're playing video games right now. And we were kind of like, hey, why don't we just make a podcast out of this? We were talking about anime for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. And we roped Kit in, although he isn't really watching anime. Well, he is now. He's a normie. He's a filthy normie.
I'm sorry.
Day
So-
Walker.
The idea is basically we're going to get everyone's different perspective on it, and having Kits on it as well will be quite refreshing, I think, because it's easy to like know about tropes and shit and all the inside Japanese jokes that you'll know if you're a weeb, but it'd be good to see like another perspective on it, everyone's perspective on it. So that's kind of why we're doing it.
Yeah.
We decided to start this whole podcast thing off with Demon Slayer, because it's kind of the flavour of the month /year/2 years.
Yeah.
It's insanely popular, and the manga's just finished as well, so it's kind of on topic. So where do you guys want to start?
Well, at the beginning, I guess, episode 1.
Okay, so does anyone want to give a quick summary, or should I just blast through and then you kind of just give your talking points as you want?
Yeah, through.
Okay.
Yeah, blasting through sounds good.
So the main character is Tanjiro. He's a young boy who lives with his family. They live in a nice snowy mountain in what I'm assuming is like ancient Japan or
It's
medieval Japan.
early 1900s, isn't it?
Is it?
Remember when he goes to town, there's like telephone poles and shit around, isn't there?
I thought telephone poles were earlier than the 1900s.
Probably like 1800s, but I'm guessing it's like 1900s because Japan had the whole like isolation thing for a while until like the early 1900s.
But when was the? Oh no, that's spoilers. We can get to this later. It's actually a talking point. So yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, so
actually it is.
he works. He sells stuff with his family. I think it's charcoal,
Isn't it? Yeah.
which obviously back in them days was proper necessary to heat up your house and cook and whatever, especially in Japan. And then he goes to sell some charcoal in the local town because they live up on a mountain. And he's like promising everyone he's going to come back, which is a massive death flag.
Yeah, it's a massive flag.
It's like that's basically screaming out for someone to die.
Yeah.
So yeah, then he kind of goes down the hill, and he has to stay there overnight because it's snowing, it's late, and there are demons.
Yeah.
So hence the kind of the title Demon Slayer, and it's really dangerous, apparently. So he stays at this guy's overnight, and he tells him all about demons and how dangerous they are, and then bam, he goes back home, and all his family have been killed.
Yeah.
Apart from his oldest little sister, who was turned into a demon because she got demon blood in her veins.
It's like AIDS.
Yeah, like it's just like
It
AIDS.
is actually like age, yeah.
When you get that demon blood, you ain't getting rid of it.
Oh, Kit got my waifu. Fucking hell, Kit.
She's my wife, who knows?
So after that, he's trying to get her to a doctor to heal her. Then she kind of loses her shit as a demon, tries eating him.
Yeah.
Then they run into a demon slayer who tries killing them both. And then he's about to kill Nezuko, and then she kind of sees that the demon slayer dude, I think his name's Gyu, was like beating up on Tanjiro, and she just tries protecting Tanjiro, and he's like, yo, this is different. This is not what demons normally do. So I'm going to give these two a chance. They need to go to this dude, who you'll meet when we're talking about the next episode, and train as a demon slayer and try and do something different, essentially. Then they kind of go back, bury the family, and go to meet that dude. So, what do you guys think about the episodes? That's the episode in a nutshell.
I hated it.
Of course you did.
Yeah, okay, so
Not me.
it's fine if you don't like it, but why don't you like it is, I guess, more of what I'm asking.
I mean, it kind of came across as generic anime to me.
Yeah?
Fair enough.
Character
It was pretty generic.
Yeah, the first episode is pretty generic, but it's kind of world building.
I'd say it's well animated.
Yeah, I mean, the
Definitely well
animation,
animated.
it looks well animated, but the characters, I'm not really into that whole, I don't know, that style with the big anime eyes, and
Oh, fair.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
No,
Most of them have that there.
I kind of see those characters and I'm instantly kind of just like, oh, I can't
Yeah.
let people get invested into it because, I don't know, it's just something, they just all look the same.
I think stylistically it makes sense though, because as you kind of see when she turns into a demon, she doesn't look like her human form, so they can use that art style to kind of accentuate the fact that someone's a demon, in my opinion. It's kind of a good reason to use it. Although, yeah, if you don't like the art style, you don't like the art style.
Yeah, so kind of from the get-go, it's just like, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from.
Like, I mean, watching it, I was just kind of like, I want to watch JoJo.
Very fucking casual.
In it.
Nothing wrong with JoJo, don't get me wrong.
It's
but
great, but
JoJo is
It's pretty casual.
it's also pretty good for literally everything. It's like got really good animation, sound, voice acting,
Story.
So, but this is kind of an aside. What did you guys think of it? So, like the animation and
quite
stuff
liked
like
it.
that.
Yes, well animated. Follows the manga well. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's good.
Yeah, definitely watching it for the second time now. And yeah, I'd just come off of watching, I think it was Unlimited Blade Works, who's made by the same Comfort Studio. So I didn't notice the biggest difference with how good the quality is. But now that I've watched a shitload more anime, I can definitely appreciate how well it's actually drawn and everything.
You see,
Yeah.
Beautiful
Yeah.
anime.
I mean, so this is where kind of like I've made like my first note on like when I was watching it was like, so they're really good at transitioning between like when they use 3D and 2D, and it's
Yeah,
really
they are.
noticeable. It's noticeable, but the transitions are really good.
Oh, yeah.
And it might be about 10 years ago now. Shit, there was an anime which used a technique called rotoscoping. I don't know if you guys know what it is.
Heard of
I
it.
remember hearing of it.
So basically,
Probably
this
watched
anime, I think it
anime.
was something no Hana. I'll have to remember. Basically, and the entire thing was rotoscoped, and people went batshit because rotoscoping is essentially tracing a video.
Yeah.
So like, you could shoot a movie, and then just like if you animated every single scene, you just like draw on top of it. That's what rotoscoping is. And I feel like some bits I saw were rotoscoped, especially like the trees and whatever. I think there's a bit where he's running,
Yeah.
and he's like, there are just trees on either side, and he's running down like a path. And I feel like the trees weren't well animated because they don't have to be. But I feel like they, by the look of it and what I've seen before from anime, it might well have been rotoscoped. Not a bad thing. That I feel like they made it look really good, but it's definitely something I've noticed. And as well as not just on the animation, kind of like the art style, I really love how close they stuck to the manga on the use of like the colours and patterns for things.
Yeah. I really like the colouring in it. Actually, it looks really good.
It's kind of, as Kit said, it is like the art style is very like, I guess, anime. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. That's probably why I like it, because I like that art style.
But at the same time, like the way they use like colours and patterns and things, you can tell the people doing it actually know what they're doing when it comes to art.
Yeah.
Because if it comes to something like a tree, it might not be very well textured, for example, because it's unimportant, it's in the background. However, if a character's important, you'll notice that they have like a pattern on.
Yeah.
With like, yeah. So if you like look at the clothing that Tanjiro wears, so he wears like a dark blood red yukata. And then underneath he has another layer which is like patterned. I think it's green or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's
Green and black checkered, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look, every single like character that's kind of significant in the story has that.
Mhm.
I think they did it in the manga originally just for the exact same reason. But it's really cool seeing it done properly. Especially even with like color and animation, it looks really good. I also noticed that a lot of the time as well, they use different like levels of brightness and contrast in the environment for like what the situation is.
Yeah.
So if someone's about to die, you'll notice like the backgrounds will be dark as fuck, or if it's dangerous, the backgrounds are really dark. And if it's like a moment of clarity, they'll use something really bright, which is kind of a standard technique, but again with like the way they handle colours, it's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
So anyone want to talk about anything else? Anything else that impressed them? Anything else that you thought was shit?
Yeah, I thought how they introduced Tanjiro himself as just the older brother who everyone looks up to, everyone wants to be like, everyone wants to be around him, and just showing him in the best light they can was a bit much for me. First time seeing it, and again.
I mean, he's a good boy.
Yeah, that's very.
Gotta say that. But yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No,
Well, I mean, it is kind of refreshing to have a main character that's like that, because in a lot of animes and mangas and stuff, like the main characters like always look down upon at the beginning and everything.
Yeah, it's an underdog story usually.
Yeah, it's always nice to have one that's like the respected older brother.
I think you could argue this is still kind of an underdog story.
Yeah.
Because
But
he as a character is shit or less than shit really. Especially in this first episode where he has no powers or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is. I think it's really cheesy.
Oh, it's extremely cheesy.
Yeah, it's definitely cheesy.
But yeah, as you said, it is refreshing.
Sometimes I enjoy cheesiness. Yeah.
I think every episode I was just kind of thinking, like, it's really cringe. It's like, I know anime generally has quite a lot of cringe in it, but with this, it was just kind of too much for me.
Oh no. Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Like the dialogue, sort of boring.
Yeah.
And what was it?
So
You've been spoiled by JoJo.
yeah.
Okay,
You have to
so
eat yourself into anime.
You what?
yeah, you have to like learn to like anime.
That's the thing. I think it's kind of like, what would I say? I feel like if you like anime, you're probably gonna like it, but even if it is a bit generic, it seems to sort of go hand in hand with what anime is. So
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
I get that.
I can see that.
That's a fair point. So anyone got any other points? I've got just a couple more to make.
Ooh, he's got a good sense of smell, that boy.
Oh yeah.
That's something that sticks out as well.
See, that's
Like,
something.
our characters
No, go
just
on.
have their own like thing, and for him, it's obvious from first episode that's his sense of smell.
also, I can't concentrate on two things at once.
Need to get good then.
I was surprised how well I did in that match.
I mean, you won the first 2 matches, Kit.
And I couldn't concentrate.
But no, yeah, like
I find the sense of smell thing like it's kind of like what Kit was saying, how like generic, and
yeah,
I get he's special, he's the main character, right? But does he
Yeah.
have to have a power? Does he have to get a power? Could he not just acquire it through hard work?
hmm
Like I'm trying to think of something where they've just genuinely just worked really hard. They can't
first
do-
episode of Naruto, how he learned the clone technique.
okay.
But, yeah, Saitama is probably the biggest one, to be honest.
Yeah, but he's like, yeah, he's a great example, but he's also a gag character.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't count. I think actually Vegeta is a really good example of someone. He is powerful, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
like he trains to get where he
But
is.
yeah,
He's not just
he
Goku where
does.
he's just given something. You know what I mean? He's not just given the next power.
Mhm.
He fucking trains behind the scenes for it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting fed up with the trope of, oh, the MC has this power which helps them because, well, for reasons I'll go into, like
It
when we
has to be
discuss
just
the
this
next
one guy and
episode.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anyone?
One of the things my feelings while watching it was I kind of felt like a neckbeard wrote it. Creating his own little fantasy.
Wasn't it written by a woman? Am I
I
right?
don't
Am I
know.
wrong on that?
Let me look it up.
A woman with a neckbeard.
Do you know what?
I'll look it up.
I think this is actually. I'm going to disagree with you on that. I don't think this is very neckbeardy. I think
No.
something like Berserk, even
Yeah,
JoJo is more
definitely.
neckbeardy. That's more of a power fantasy.
Mhm.
I love the power. Love them big bulky men.
You might actually like Berserk.
Yeah, no, I think you're really
Yeah.
right, Berserk, to be fair.
I think you will, yeah.
I noticed.
Just make sure you read the manga.
Be back 1 sec.
So I just got a couple things, and we can round out talking about this episode really. So like the animation, this is just. I'm not going to mention these things anymore, so I kind of want to get them out of the way, and I'm
Yeah.
never going to mention them unless something happens to change the animation, which I don't by the
Yeah.
sounds of things. It doesn't. Animation focuses on action and like heavy moments. So you know, like when they punch someone, they really outline the hand because it's kind of cell shaded anyway. Do you know where it has the heavy black outline?
Yeah.
So it makes the character
Yeah.
stand out in the background.
Your boy's got food.
Oh shit!
Nice.
I know the voice actor was the same who played.
Okay. Go on.
What,
Koichi.
For Tanjiro.
You know Koichi in JoJo's Part 4?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. I read it.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Same voice actor. At least,
That's the English dubbed one.
yeah, the dub.
Yeah.
Let's see, the author. Their gender hasn't been officially revealed, but people assume female.
For Demon Slayer.
Yeah, for Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I think this is it's quite female. It's a lot more It just seems a lot more sensitive.
Yeah, especially with it being centered on the siblings. Who was like, oh, these siblings are different. That's just to me feel a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean,
kind
we
of
are
right.
So much time put into making
Yeah.
a nice family, and then they all die in one episode.
We are stereotyping, but I'd be shocked if I was wrong. I've got a good smell for these things.
No,
What, like Tanjiro does?
Like Tanjiro, yeah. And yeah, one thing I noticed. This is the last thing I kind of want to say about this episode is the level of detail they put on things is ridiculous.
It's incredible. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the mouthpiece
That Nezuko has.
that Nezuko has, like
Oh yeah.
look on the inside of the mouthpiece where it's like in a bit of the bamboo, and they've even drawn like shading lines for that. Like actual detail. It looks as realistic as it's gonna get in that style. It's fucking incredible how much effort they put into the small things. But as I said, it's kind of, I think they put the effort into the small things like that which matter, so they kind of pop more on your screen.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Right. anything else to say about episode 1 before we move on to episode 2?
Did you guys like it?
Yes.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, no, let's everyone rate it out of 10. Let's do this.
That
Let's rate each episode out of 10.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Kit.
Ooh. I'm gonna go say either a 3 or a 4.
That's fair.
I'll go 4.
Yeah. Ben?
I think I'll give it a 7.
Joe?
I was thinking about a 6 or 7 because of the shoehorning in, like how good of a character he is.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yeah.
It's just middle of the road. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the
Yeah.
best intro episode I've ever seen, but it's not terrible. It's not the worst I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I do kind of agree with what Kit said. So, I mean, hopefully it gets better. Let's move on to episode 2.
Yeah.
So, episode 2. Do you want me to read it out again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So, Tanjiro makes his way to Mount Sagiri, carrying Nezuko in a basket. So, on the way, he makes the basket, he buys it off some people. This is where... Oh, no. That's me talking about the episode. So, yeah, on the way to Mount Sagiri, he makes a basket so he can carry Nezuko in the day, because he wants to get to this place as quick as possible. On the way, they're attacked by another demon, who they manage to, like, pin to a tree. And then Uro Kodaki appears, the guy who they were looking for, and tells Tanjiro to kill it, but Tanjiro can't do it. And then it hits daylight, the demon dies, and then Uro Kodaki's like, bro, you have no resolve, you're a little bitch, stop being so weak. And then, yeah, he takes the twins, the siblings, up to... They're definitely siblings, not twins. He takes the siblings up to Mount Sagiri, leaves Nezuko in the cabin, and starts training Tanjiro. So, yeah, he's training for like half the episode, if not more. I don't really know what to say about it. He's getting shit thrown at him, there's traps everywhere. And also the mountain air is really thin, so he's struggling. And then... That's pretty much it. Tanjiro gets back in time, and then he accepts him as his disciple. So that's that episode. I don't have a lot to say about this episode.
It doesn't do anything new.
It's pretty standard, like, stuff as far as getting a master goes in anime. Like the whole master not thinking too highly of him at first, there being like some tough tests to become the master's disciple and everything. What I kind of like about it is the fact they didn't last too long. Like, I've seen some animes and mangas where it lasts way too long, all that type of stuff. It only lasted about half an episode, so I don't really have too much to say for it apart from that.
If that lasted long, I'd have killed myself. I'm actually watching it and thinking, like, what am I doing?
Nah, I mean...
Yeah, I was going to gripe about the fact that they were pushing his sense of smell into that training bit, but I did. I was like, yes, this is actually a good way to use his sense of smell, because he can smell the human hands that have been laying the traps.
That's
That
quite
I thought
clever.
was a good use of it.
Yeah.
It's not just I can smell the traps. There's like he can smell the person who set up the traps on it.
Yeah.
Which it kind of like what kind of said before. Like, why the fuck is his sense of smell so good?
Yeah.
It's like supernatural good.
Yeah, it's broken, to be honest.
It's like Daredevil, but instead of like his hearing, it's his smell.
Yeah.
I think it's like a good connecting with his new master was like Gyu was in the letter. It was on about I'm sending a guy your way, just like you. He's got a very keen sense of smells. So it's like something for hinting at some Tanjiro going towards that level of power or more.
Yeah.
I mean, collaboration on this smell thing.
What do you mean?
Why?
Oh, do you know what? I wish I had an answer. I can't think off the top of my head, even like manga spoilers, because I finished the series in the manga. I don't know if it's explained, but I guess the best way to figure that out, Kit, is to watch the series.
Yeah,
He's
you're gonna have to watch it, boy.
four episodes in, I'm like, oh, dumb.
So a couple points from me, like the voice actor is so much better in this episode. Like for Tanjiro, he stops being a little whiny bitch just as a character. The voice actor doesn't sound great as a whiny little bitch. However, as he becomes more upbeat and more like, I don't think jokey, but just generally more upbeat and I guess happy to be alive.
Yeah.
You really start to see like Tanjiro's personality come out. Like when he's trading, when he like giving money for like that old basket and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, just take the money," and the person's like, "No." He's like, "No, fucking take the money," and he's like, "No, let's take the money."
And
I was like,
I liked that bit. So,
exactly.
yeah.
That's what. As soon as I saw that scene, I was like, "Yeah, no, actually, the voice acting is kind of good now." Chibi Nezuko is cute.
Oh yeah.
She is fucking adorable.
Yeah, she's a cute.
But you don't lewd the chibi.
Don't lewd for Lolly.
She's not a lolly, she's a chibi.
No, she isn't. But same principle, isn't it?
So Nezuko, there's a scene kind of, do you know, where they get attacked by that demon, and Nezuko saves Tanjiro, where she wants to go inside and eat the humans, like she can smell them, and there's like this like
Truly.
light and dark motif that they have
Yeah.
of something good and something bad happening, and she stood in the doorway, and there's this scene where she's like illuminated in the door, and everything else is in the dark, and that's like they're just continuing this imagery all the way through, and I like the fact that they're being consistent about that because it makes it more powerful. I think you know when something dark happens in it, that oh shit, something is about to go down.
Yeah.
Do you know? So I also, in the same sense of, I think the voice acting is a bit better. I think some of the pacing of the show can be really bad. So like, you know, in that fight, so before she's like looking in the building, it'll be like, oh yeah, you know, they'll be saying something funny, and then all of a sudden someone will try to chop their head off, and it'll just be fighting mode. There isn't like a kind of a graduation from something being funny to them all of a sudden fighting. It
just jumps into it suddenly.
Yeah, which some people might like, but
I think it's gone for like the realism with that aspect.
Yeah, I think it was quite jarring though, because even in the middle of the fight, it was like he'd pop a joke where Tanjiro can't kill this demon. Why is he making a joke? Like he didn't joke when he ran into that guy before who was going to kill him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why has he suddenly had such a character change now? Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that was pretty bad. And this is a pick at Crunchyroll. Why the fuck are they translating Tengu as Goblin?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Should probably just keep it as Tengu. Most people that are watching Demon Slayer are gonna know.
No, so I understand if like they have to translate it as an English word. Tengu is not a goblin.
No,
there is a Japanese
it's not at all
word.
like a goblin.
It's like they have wings. I can't think of any goblin in any sort of fantasy that has wings. Do you know?
Yeah, neither can I, to be honest.
Like goblins are normally like part of a demon army, and they're like the lowest of the low, or they live separately, and they're demi-humans, but they don't have wings. They live in the fucking earth. Like, yeah, that was a personal nitpick. That was so fucking mistranslated. How are they calling a Tengu mask a goblin mask? Fuck's sake. This is advanced Weebery here, but it's necessary. Kit, any thoughts on episode 2? Did we already go over you?
I mean, my thoughts remained the same throughout the whole 4 episodes.
Yeah? No improvement?
Fair enough.
The only slight, I don't know, I'm like grasping at thin air basically, but
I mean, don't
maybe there was something slightly cool in the training. I think this was episode 2 when he was training And was this episode 2 or was this episode 3? When they cut the rock.
Nah. Spoilers,
that's
mate.
episode
Spoilers. Okay, cool. Is everyone ready to move on to the next episode then?
What would we rate this episode? Would it be
well,
the same?
Yeah, we've got to rate the episode.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd rate this episode 5, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just middle of the road.
Okay.
I mean, at least in regards to the enemy, again, I think it was kind of generic enemy. There wasn't any sort of interest in, what happened with the fight. But it was kind of funny when the head grew arms. And started
Yeah.
talking shit. So I'm gonna keep it as a 4.
Yeah, fair.
I'm sticking with this around 6-7 again. I think it's just improved from the last episode, but not too much. But still, it's improved for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the 6 for pretty much the same reason. Like you can tell like the first episode is just like world building, and it doesn't start strong at all. But then it gets a bit better. So hopefully, the next episode gets even better.
Yeah.
Okay, so has everyone left the lobby?
No?
Oh, I thought-
okay.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I couldn't do both at once.
Okay, fine. That's fine. No, that's fine. Okay, so the next episode 3, over the next 6 months. So we've got a time skip already.
Yeah, huge
Fucking
time.
hell.
Yeah.
Tanjiro trains
Yes.
with Uro Kodaki, improving his physical form and learning how to use a breathing technique called total concentration.
Forward Hammond.
If only.
To accelerate his stamina and speed. One day, Urokodaki declares if Tanjiro can slice the boulder with his sword, he'll let him enter the final selection for the Demon Slayers. Which is pretty much what he wants to do. He wants to find a cure for Nezuko. He said that in the first episode, and to do that, he has to become a demon hunter.
Yeah.
So over the next 6 months, again, a time skip. This is within like 10 minutes of the episode. We've had a year skipped.
Yeah, 'cause he's just doing the same thing over and over again.
Tanjiro tries for the next 6 months, and he fails. He can't cut that boulder. I mean, who the fuck is going to be able to cut a boulder with a sword? While Nezuko continues to sleep. He's worried about Nezuko, and his continued failures push him to the brink of giving up. And then he's confronted by 2 children with fox masks, Sabito and Makomo. Sabito initially knocks Tanjiro out, reprimanding him for not ingraining Urodaki's moves into his body, and then he helps to train him by sparring, while Makomo teaches and helps him like hone his skills and get good with his skills, basically. And then Makomo, I don't know why this is relevant, reveals that 2 of them are orphans, raised by Urokodaki. After another 6 months, this is a year and a half, Tanjiro's blade finally reaches Sabito during a match, slicing his mask in 2. The 2 adopted siblings smile and vanish. Tanjiro realizes that his sword, which he thought cut through Sabito's mask, had actually cleaved the boulder in 2.
Deep.
Yeah, that's a lot happens, but nothing happens at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a whole episode of a training montage.
Yeah, honestly, I think this episode is probably it's good because there's more action in it. You get to see his development, but the time skip, I understand it's necessary for the story, but it just hurts so much. Like, I do like the fact that one thing I noted down was that right at the beginning of the episode, when he's training and he's hit the boulder for so long and he can't do anything, he looks tired. Like everything, his posture, his face. I felt sorry for him. But yeah, apart from that, it's all just, I'm just talking about the animation and the art style. Otherwise, not really much to talk about.
Yeah.
I was watching that episode. I was just kept on thinking, why does he not put like pretty much any thought into why Nezuko's just suddenly asleep forever.
Yeah, it's pretty
Like,
obvious that it's like.
oh, she's asleep. That's fine with me. I can train now. About it.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
It is. It's very convenient.
Oh, she just doesn't want to eat people anymore. Let's just put her inside and she'll sleep forever. Yeah. It's a cop out.
Get her some food.
Innit? Fucking feed us some humans, mate. Kit, any thoughts or same as us?
Oh,
Feel free to slate it. Like,
yeah, it's the sort of same thing again. I mean, if I was trying to look for something that might be kind of cool, is the moment when it sort of transitions from, you know, him thinking he was fighting that dude to actually cutting the rock. But it was just, yeah, it's hard to stomach.
yeah. I think this episode, again, they're kind of good. These 3 episodes have been good for world building, but haven't
Yeah.
really shown much off.
I mean, I think with the whole, so, you know, like they're sort of doing, what was it, like 6 months
Jumps, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you're landing and stuff. It doesn't feel like there's any punch or anything to it. I don't feel any sort of investment into his journey.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I feel like they're just skipping time to say, hey, he's powered up.
To get
It's
to
been
it,
6 months.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, yeah, it's like they're not trying, sort of expecting you to, you know, have this investment without any of the work being put into it.
yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that's just how the story's told in the manga as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does get better in the manga, but I can't speak for the anime. So, rate the episode out of 10. 4.
I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, I think I'm giving it a 6 as well,
Yeah.
just because I really liked Sabito and Makima.
Yeah, no, they're good characters, but yeah, we can talk about this on this episode. I'm gonna rate it a 4 as well. I'm glad I didn't marathon it, because I would have been really bored at this point. Like,
Yeah,
just
I think
watching-
that was my problem. I marathoned it and I just didn't really enjoy it all that much, this show.
Yeah.
But this second time watching it, I'm actually looking forward to the next episode, which is weird.
This
Episode
wasn't
4.
what I see on a hangover.
Okay, so episode 4. Bam. Let's go through this. 2 years have passed since Nezuko's transformation.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 fucking years.
2 years in a coma.
Innit? And Tanjiro leaves for the final selection. Which he got approved to do because he cleaved the boulder in 2.
Got a
Before-
cool mask as well.
There you go. Before his departure, Urokodaki warns him that a demon's strength is equivalent to the numbers of humans it's eaten, gifting him a fox mask with a protection spell. And Tanjiro reaches Mount Fujikasane, where wisteria flowers bloom year round, creating a prison for the demons because they don't like those flowers. And he's told to pass the test, he must survive there for 7 days. That's pretty hardcore. Just throw you into the wilderness. 7
Yeah.
days. You will die in 7 days. It's like the Grinch or the Ring or whatever.
Just grab a drink, I'll be back in a minute.
Alright. During his first night, he makes use of his training to defeat all the demons he encounters, until he and another applicant come face to face with a huge morph demon made out of ghastly hands. The hand demon promises to kill him, recognizing Tanjiro as Urokodaki's student from his fox mask, and gleefully admits to murdering 13 of Urokodaki's students since he was captured by the man himself, Sabito and Makomo included. Tanjiro attacks him in a rage back at the boulder. Sabito and Makomo's ghosts wonder if Tanjiro can defeat their killer, having failed themselves to slice its neck. Sabito recalls that Tanjiro sliced through the toughest boulder of all of them and chooses to believe. By unleashing an array of attacks, Tanjiro successfully decapitates the hand demon. Discuss.
Well, first thing to this, like, when he got to the final selection thing, they did a thing that annoys me that loads of stories do, where it's like as soon as the main character arrives, this final selection thing begins. Like, there's no waiting around or anything. It's like, okay, the main character's here, now we can start the next phase or whatever. Loads of stories do that. It's just like the main character's the only one that matters. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, but it just makes it a bit obvious. I just find it a bit annoying when stories do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, apart from that, I like the episode.
It's
Yeah.
my favourite episode out of these 4 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight with the big demon thing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Attack on Titan when the big Titan that eats the guys.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armor Titan. No, it's Colossal.
That guy fights the Titan, who was like sort of a soldier, sort of looked
Yeah.
after kids or whatever, and then he gets killed by the Titan, even though he's like sort of
Oh,
the build.
You mean
Finally.
literally in the first episode?
So he fight in the first episode you see the Titan that kills his mum, and then like season 2, was it that guy fights it and then dies again? Do you know what I mean?
Well, It's
No.
been a long time since
It's
I...
in a long time.
Either way, I think this kind of makes me think how he kind of beats it quite easy, and it just feels like, I don't know, a lot of animes seem to do this thing where they give this sense of scale by having the monsters or whatever, actually do some damage or whatever. But I haven't seen that yet, really, with this.
I think they did that for this one more with the story about how many people the demons killed already. And I thought with those other 2 students, I thought that they didn't get killed by that demon like outside. I thought they didn't even make it past the final selection. They were killed in there.
Yeah. They were killed in the final selection, yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember reading that far back in the manga, but the story seems to fit pretty well for me. The whole thing of he's killed these people.
Yeah.
I agree with Kit in the sense of that he's fallen. The main character's fallen almost into MC-itis already, where he's just kind of, I'm the main character, so I can beat everything through the power of being
Anime.
the main character. I completely agree on that. I mean, it's cool that he beat him, and he did kind of use good reasoning as to why he beat him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For someone who's so inexperienced and all of a sudden being this sort of,
Well, is he inexperienced? He's been training for a year and a half.
I mean, it feels
Training for 2 years. Remember, it's 2 years since
yeah.
US
like, it could have been more
Masters.
scale.
Like I agree. I don't think it should have been as easy as it was, but I think he's definitely a bit more powerful than you're giving him credit for.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel
No, it doesn't feel earned at all. I agree.
hmm
I feel like this is an episode that was much better than the others, but it was quite rushed through.
Yeah.
In the sense of like he needs to get this done to get to the main bit of the story. It's like speedrunning
Yeah.
the intro of a game. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
right, fuck, I don't care about your damn tutorial. I just want to play your game. So you just like smash through it in a day.
So you can get to the good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel they're kind of treating this.
Yeah.
Although it kind of like time slowed down in this episode, and you could kind of feel it at the same time. Like it's still a bit lacking.
Yeah.
So I said like dividing the rock means kind of like they're really good at imagery. Means him like coming to a new point, surpassing his like self before.
hmm
Kind of like it's kind of a reason as to why he can cut that demon, but it's not a good enough reason.
Yeah. It's like,
Consider-
oh, he cut the biggest rock of all. He can do it.
Yeah, and the thing is like within like was 10 minutes of meeting that demon, which no one else could kill, he's killed
Yeah.
like 50 kids over like 50 years.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he just
and then he just
And then he
slices
just fucking slices it, yeah.
it.
It's like, bish bosh bash, the demon's dead.
Yeah. I did one thing again. Like, there was another death flag with the whole him getting that big last meal.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know the story, but this is a flag right here. This is how someone is gonna die. Someone is
It's
gonna
just
die.
Urakodoki just like, yeah, I'm gonna send off another kid to die, so eat well.
Yeah. Then I put the glowing flowers. So when they reach like the arena,
Wisteria trees.
yeah, they look
Yeah.
really fucking cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, there's like really good use of the whole light equals safe imagery.
Yeah.
Kind of emphasized it more. Then as soon as like you leave that bit and you go into that forest, it's pitch black and you can't see shit. Like that kind of like it's really like playing up to that. A personal note about like voice acting. I love how the demons are like the first two demons he runs into. The voice actors are like do like a delinquent or Yankee style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't fucking eat my food, get off the turf, bro.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. That's actually like how I'd expect to see like shit demons. Like, hey, I need to eat over here. Ah, don't take my food. I thought that fit really, really well.
They just needed pompadours.
Yeah, basically. Fucking hell, the animations for when he uses the breath.
That is really good.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
incredible, man.
It's really good.
Very
Like
exciting
water
finally seeing
effects and
music.
everything.
Yeah. Because I haven't seen any of the anime, but I've read the manga.
Yeah.
Like, but actually seeing it animated, like, oh, excellent. I was like,
So
that
clean.
that looks fucking cool.
Chef's kiss.
And the demon's smug shit-eating grin is excellent
Yeah.
as well. He's like, he can't touch me. There's literally a scene where you're just like looking at the demon for about 2 minutes, and it's just the demon being smug as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's wasting time, and I hate wasting time when you can fit more content in. But it was worth it just to see how smug
Yeah.
it was.
All that demon is enjoying just freaking them out, getting them to lose the footing as he did with Makomo, which I just hearing that I got really sad. I hated that
Yeah.
demon. If they really know how to make you hate a demon, and I was like, fuck this demon in particular.
Yeah.
Right, so anyone else got anything to say about this episode?
Not particularly.
Yeah, I thought when Tanjiro actually left to go to the mountain at the start of the episode, where he's like, "Oh yeah, tell Sabito and Makomo hello from me,
Oh,
say
yeah.
hi to them," and he was like, "Oh shit, what? How do you know those names?" At first, I just thought, "Oh my god, they are dead children." I hate that, and I'm not as in like it's bad. I just thought I didn't want them to be dead. I liked them, but then
Yeah.
it's just all, why are they there?
Yeah, no, it's kind of it's the MC.
They're watching over their adopted dad, man.
They're just getting. It's the MC getting a free power up from beyond the grave.
Yeah,
It's such a common trope. Oh,
Yeah.
it annoys me so much. Right. Anything else? Kit?
Mm,
No, it was. I mean, something happened this episode, but it still felt a bit. Yeah, not engaged.
oh really?
fair enough.
This is the episode that got me actually wanting to watch the next one straight away, which I had to stop
Yeah.
myself from doing.
Same.
This,
Well, that and the shit
I
internet.
think for me, this improved the show to a point of I'm not gonna have to force myself to watch it anymore. Like when
Yeah.
it comes to me
Yeah.
actually watching it, I'll be like, it might be alright. I'll watch it and I'll
Yeah.
find out. Rather than it being like the first 3 episodes were like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to watch them. And this one kind of was the turning point of, yeah, it's not bad now.
Yeah, like the first 3 episodes, it was the animation, the art style, everything that got me actually want to see how it's done. But it's this episode where the stories got me into it.
I say the story's starting of what I know without spoiling. It's starting like now.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. We might as well rate the episode. So, who wants to go first?
Oh,
Again? Really?
Again, yeah.
You said it was better.
not that much better.
Okay.
Fair enough.
One.
For bringing points into it, I'll give it a 7.5, I think.
7.5. That's a high score.
Yeah, I quite liked it.
Yeah, I'd go for like the Mal rating scale. 7 is just good for me, and then it's 8 and then 9, which are the amazing, great shows. This one I've just given about probably just a little over 7. It's the best episode so far out of these 4.
Yeah.
God, it has to be. It thankfully is.
I'm gonna give it a solid 6. I think it was better than the other episodes. I think I might have rated another one 6. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's kind of good enough to say it's watchable now. It's not just average. It's not like everything else that airs out there that's really shit.
Yeah, if I could not watch this show, I don't think a week by week basis based off the first 3 episodes.
Nah. I would have dropped it already. I'd have dropped it after episode 2 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's like I think this was a show that everyone was raving about at the time, saying how amazing it is. But I tried it out, watched a few episodes, and thought it's not that good. I'll just watch it. I'll just force my way through it just because my other friend is really into it and he wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's it for Demon Slayer.
Well, actually, one last thing as well.
Go on.
Just like in the opening of it,
Oh,
like
yes.
I was just like thinking to myself, and I saw that opening. Who's this Michael Jackson looking motherfucker? I kind of want to watch it to see who he is. Yeah.
I remember I did write for episode 2 as like after obviously this is the second time rewatching the whole show. It was the second episode where I heard the opening and I just thought, fuck yes, and so I just wrote down OP, get hype. It's like this is a very good opening song. This is
it's
just be pumped up for it.
Do you know, if it was a good opening, I wouldn't have skipped it with however many times
Shit.
I've seen it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I enjoy the opening.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
The opening.
The song. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I think the only positive for me was the song at the end. So
Oh yeah.
when
The
credits,
ending song was good as well. Yeah.
I feel a little bit like, oh yeah.
I didn't like either.
Oh, fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I just didn't like them. Cool. So that kind of sums up Demon Slayer.
Big fans.
Okay, so let's do like an overall score for this week's viewing. So if you were to rate episode 1 to 4 as a set, what would you do it?
I'd probably give it a 6.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a 6 as well.
I'm assuming it's a 4 from you.
Yeah.
At least you're consistent.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
consistent.
give it
I think it's probably a 5.
Yeah.
Leaning closer to a 4, it's like 4.75.
Yeah.
But I'll use whole numbers. It was okay. It wasn't the best watch.
Yeah, it's not the best
Yeah.
opening to a show.
Hopefully it improves in the future.
Gain some character.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Is there anything
Yeah.
you guys want to talk about while we're here? Anything anime, manga, game related?
This China.
Fuck. I feel like I had a manga I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember now.
You should all play Sekiro.
That's PS4. It's not on. Oh, it is out on PC, isn't it? Shit.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's out on everything,
It's
isn't
on
it?
Steam, isn't it? Yeah, it's on everything. It was published by Activision, so.
Yeah, you should definitely all play it.
I would recommend
So,
what I'm
so.
reading right now is Demon Girl Next Door. It is very, very adorable and really fun.
Sounds saucy.
It's not at all. Please don't say it.
Don't ruin it for me.
I'm just up to chapter 32 on it. Well, that's what I've read so far. And yeah, it's just gotten past the first season, which came out, I think it was last year. So I'm hoping there's a season 2.
Yeah, my personal recommendation, manga-wise or anime-wise, this week is Jashin-san.
Jashin-chan, fuck yes, I love that shit.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I've seen people talk shit about Yuri online, like, she has, like, I don't understand why they don't like her. Jashin-chan's trying to kill Yuri all the time. She has, and she knows Jashin-chan's not going to die. She can do that shit.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple times where Jashin was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna I might not regenerate from this though."
I'd recommend EastEnders.
Dun, dun,
I hear
dun,
it's
dun, dun, dun.
a long, interesting, deep story, spanning many, many years.
Yeah, man, it takes forever to catch up with that. You think One Piece is bad?
Oh man. Let's see. I recommend something different. Actually, I recommend Webtoon. I recommend Mage and Demon Queen. It's a fun romantic comedy about Mage and a Demon Queen. Obviously, it's fucking
I
good,
think
Yuri.
Oh, Yuri. Oh.
Yeah. It's fucking funny, mate. Read it.
Well, I know that Demon Slayer has actually made me want to watch more stuff from a UFO table that I've loved, so I'm probably going to go back and rewatch one of the Fates, either Unlimited Blade Works or Apocrypha. Love that shit.
Blade Works. Oh,
Fucking great shit.
Trash. Trash a lot.
Fuck you. Fate's great.
Okay, we're at almost an hour, so
Shit.
unless anyone has a topic, let's wrap it up.
Not really.
Yeah, cool. So, I don't know if anyone's been watching, probably not, but this recording will be on the annals of the internet forever. So, thanks for watching / listening. This will be on iTunes, Spotify. It'll be on my PC. Probably my mum's going to listen to it, maybe my dad too.
I'm not going to tell anyone about it.
No, I'm actually... yeah, if you are listening, however far in the future you are, because today's the 24th of May 2020. Thank you.
Quarantine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
quarantine, right? I
lockdown,
hope you're in the
boys.
future and the quarantine's done, by the way.
I hope it lasts forever.
I know.
But yeah, thanks for listening if you are. We will be doing the same thing again sometime next week. Might be Sunday. Might be Saturday. Might be Friday night. Weekend Weebery, you know. Weekend is the important part there. Yeah, so thanks for listening. My name's Zach again. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.